So ladies, had some time to digest that. How do you find some more offense? How do you get some shots to fall? Because that obviously was a problem. Not for you, but kind of a problem. So how do you get more shots to fall?
I think we just keep putting up game-like shots in practice, and we keep working on sharing the ball like we have and just trying to stay confident.
I also think running our system, like in transition, we have to get out quicker in transition. That way we can throw it up to Patty so she can get a wide open layup, or throw it to Sid so she can get a wide open three, or if that's not open, go into our post player. So also running in transition works too, so our system.
That's a good point. You guys didn't really make transition points. Was that because Missouri was getting back so fast, or just what do you think about it?
Sometimes it was like when we rebounded the ball, sometimes we would bring it up slow. And so that also plays a factor in it, especially since we haven't ran as much as we did because we had 7 players. So we kind of got used to not running as much in transition. So that all plays a factor. But now we're kind of getting used to it and running back in our transition. It was just that game. It really wasn't working and we wasn't thinking about it as much.
Sure.
Is it hard to believe that this is the final regular season home game for you guys here at Reed Arena?
Yeah. I think it goes by so fast, and then you don't realize how fast it goes until it gets to the last home game. We're going to take advantage of it being our last home game and being able to be surrounded by the 12th man, and we're going to fight and do what we can. So,
talk a little bit about what that game's going to mean for you, with it being, of course, your last home game as an Aggie.
Yeah. It's going to be very emotional, I think, but we got a game to win. We got another opportunity. So we're just going to go in locked in and focus and be prepared for that. And then, we got the SEC conference, so we're going to be ready for that. But for me, it being my last home game, like I said, it is very emotional and bittersweet. But, everybody's time comes to an end. So it's just my time now, and I'm excited for what's next for me.
And to follow up on that, is this 2 years been everything you thought it would be, or because it looks like you're maybe not going to get to enjoy the NCAA tournament?
Right.
What about all that? What's some pluses maybe that you didn't know before you got here, and is there anything lacking for the 2 years here?
I think coming in, I was just ready for a new environment, and I think I got that, and I was able to make some more connections, make some more relationships, and that's really what I wanted to get out of that. Coming in, I think I wanted to impact more on the floor than I had been previously, and I think both Joni Taylor and Gary Blair allowed me to do that under many circumstances and just trust in me. So I'm very appreciative of those opportunities that I've been given, and there's been a lot of positives for the 2 years that I've been here, and just being able to connect with 12th Man, and it's been a really good environment to play in front of, and I'm just blessed to be able to have come into this type of program.
Has the losses been hard to deal with?
I mean, any loss is hard to deal with. But, we have our own successes within ourselves that we focus on, and we just try to look at those as some positives to take away. So,
what do you take from her? What did you learn from her? Here.
When Patty first came here, I did not know who Patty was. And I was excited to meet her, especially since we got to talk to her over the phone and she committed here. So we were happy to bring her into our family and just get to meet her. And it has been a great time meeting Patty. I mean, she's someone that I confide into, and I tell her things, and she always gives me good advice. And so she's basically kind of like my gatekeeper, and it is sad to see her go, but I have learned a lot from her. She really is one of our leaders out on the floor and off the floor, and she's also just like a mom to us, like a mom away from home, even though my mom is 2 hours away. But it's always just great to have someone like that on your team and in your life.
What does Kentucky do that you feel like that you guys might be able to take advantage of, or what you need to do, I guess, to be successful against Kentucky tomorrow night?
Yeah, they start 4 guards, so I think going inside early can be really successful for us. I think for us to also be successful, we have to get back on defense. We have to guard the ball. a lot of ball pressure, and I think we're gonna have to knock down some shots this game because we didn't last game. So I just think this game we're gonna have to come out with some fire, some intensity to match how they play.
They also do run a lot of ball screen stuff, so we have to be, of course, always ready for that. And also, us running in transition also helps, which when we run in transition, there's really nothing that you can do about that as long as we run and we get the ball up. Other than that, I think it's going to be a great game. Kentucky's a good team, and we're a good team as well, so we're just ready to play them.
Johnny said in the past you guys had some problems with those ball screens. Has that got a little better? No.
I think it has. We work on ball screen every day in practice, so it has gotten better. We run different ball screen options off of it, so it just depends on which one we run out there against Kentucky.
All good?
I've got a couple of bizarre questions for you.
Uh-oh.
And I'll start with you.
Okay.
And it's not bizarre other than the fact that, you wasn't that long ago that you were a high school senior.
Yeah.
We run a segment on our station called Classroom Champions where we highlight kids that are athletic and excel in the classroom. Just, what kind of advice would you pass along to those kids that are getting ready to, jump into college and, to be successful in college, both, as an athlete, but, also as a student?
Yeah, I think the first thing would be put in the work. I think when you first come in as a freshman, you're not going to get as many opportunities as a senior would. And the only way to get to those opportunities is to put in the work on your own time. Outside of practice, you're going to have to put up a lot of shots, shoot a lot of free throws, just those type of things that really show on the practice floor. So that way when it comes to the game, your coaches trust you. That would be my first set of advice. My second set of advice would be just like trusting in yourself. Once you lose that confidence, it takes away from your game. Trust in yourself, trust in the work that you've put in, and just go out there with some confidence. I think that allows you to be a great teammate and then be who you need to be on the floor for your teammate, whether that's offensively or defensively. And then lastly, know your role. A lot of different coaches need a lot of different things. And as long as you know your role and you accept your role, you'll be put in a great position for whoever you play for.
And then what about academically?
Yeah, that should have been number one. Academics always come first. So just organize your time. As a D1 athlete, you have a lot of time that you spend on the floor and traveling and playing games and watching film sessions. But the academic side always comes first. So do your work first and then you'll be good.
You got anything to add?
Basketball wise, when you come here as a freshman, you're going to go through a lot of different things because, you just came from high school. You're probably playing a lot. And that might not be the case always when you come in because there's more experience, there's older people than you, and the coaches already have trust in them. So it's definitely going to be hard, but when you pick the right school and have the right staff around you that can help you, it works out in a lot of different ways, and your teammates are always going to be there. Mm-hmm. You do spend a lot of time with your teammates, but make sure, as a person, you take a lot of time out for yourself as well. And that's, emotionally, or if you're just going through anything, make sure that you take time out for yourself because it's a lot of mental health things that go on as a basketball player, as an athlete, period. So that's what I would say. And academically, make sure you have a lot of time management because I struggle with that coming in a lot. And they're gonna hear it a lot when they come here, but it really is a true thing with time management.
And lastly, I would say be open to learn. I think even as a freshman, I just thought I knew so much and I didn't know anything at that point. So just be open to learn and accept people challenging you. It's only gonna make you better.
Thank you guys very much.
Thanks.
Thank you, ladies.
Thanks.